You're listening to Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band on Tempo Radio.
I cry, I can't buy your Veterans Day poppy. It don't get me high, it can only make me cry. It can never grow another son like the one who warned me. My days after rain and warm my breath, my life's blood screaming empty. She cries, it don't get me high, it can only make me cry. You're Veteran Day Poppy.
his idle hand. He does the work for them, making them chains them to the floor. Those filthy dogs. Agony! You stupid, filthy mutt! Says noble has You filthy animals! You do nothing! Die! Die!
Console mic switch off. Oh.
So I'm now here with Sonic Ival at his home here at InSound Records, and we're actually this place used to be Kitchub's nightclub. It's also the new place for as people probably don't know, Kitchub's Radio. There's been lots of reports on that, but we're here to meet one guy in particular, Sonic Ival. Now, obviously, you have a new record coming out. Very different sound. You also sold the Temper Radio grand piano, which featured on the Satanic Land. How do you feel about that? Yeah, well,
Pause button.
it came around to selling the piano first. And how we did that was they said, you're going to sign the piano before it gets sold. And I said, are these musicians coming on my label? And they said, no, they're on a different label. But they liked your work. I think the daughter of this woman had work. Well, Heyman Core was going to produce her, so I said, "Oh well, screw it." So, it was DJ Megatron's mum's piano, not my mum's piano. My mum's piano. Let's not get onto that. So we wanted to say the new album. It's fantastic. I've got the new single is fantastic. Why is it instrumental? Why is there no vocal on it? Well, I was listening to the Eprox record, the Return of the Sun God album, and I asked them, why is there less vocals on this album than they were on the last album? They said, well, when people go out clubbing, they don't want a DJ whittering in their ear all night. That's not what they come to hear. I was like, okay, well, how's this going to work? So I decided to write some instrumental tunes, if you can call them that, But the album's very, very new. It's still kind of going. We've got Heyman Core on the album, like we had on the last album. Me and Heyman are now friends. I don't give a monkeys. It's hard to think then. Yeah, I could use any other words. About what what people have said about me and Heyman in the past, because we've not worked very well with each other. And Heyman Core struggled. Like, we needed an A&R man on our label, and we just said, Heyman's the man for the job. Because he's like, he's fantastic roles and, And he was producing, like, according to what we've read, he was producing his own album and had according to Open Music, he was really struggling on that, like a bender and the amount of drugs he took. Well, that's all a lie, because he didn't take that mass amounts of drugs. It was the guy from Massacre who kept falling into rehab. And we said, even I've done psychedelics, and I mean, everybody in the scene does the drugs. The drugs are like a tool. They're not for anybody to experiment with. I mean, if you can imagine, you're working in a studio for hours on end, and you need something to keep you going. I mean, nowadays I exercise to excess because it's like when you're drunk or out of it, especially when you're on stage, it's like between you and the audience, where's you and where's the audience? It's like when you've abused the substances, it's kind of, you feel disconnected from the audience. In fact, disconnected from everything. It's like someone's pulled the plug and gone, and it's not, we've all done it, but it's like the policy that we have now is not to go in the studio drunk or drugged up to the eyeballs, because I mean, like Night of the Night was an album just written on drugs, and we don't write in the studio because we need a break from the studio. I mean, we need to